is still, that one is still, that is his deck that he's putting on right now. So that is still out there. But that one is this work that I signed off on in
That's the,
11, the asphalt.
asphalt.
Yeah, and this one,
This one here
that one coming right across there.
needs to be refunded. Okay, all right, okay, very good. Okay, let's get down to real business now. We've got, can you pull this up on the screen?
And who do we want?
Well, let's go with Mr. Martin, he's here.
Martin Truss. Boom.
Okay, he's requesting permission to tear out existing driveway,
An old driveway.
replace with new concrete, widen driveway, extend toward house, add sidewalk pathway from new driveway to backyard. He's got the drawings up there of it. There it is.
Okay, so everybody, excuse me for a minute, but you guys are guinea pigs for what we're gonna do for the future and everything, so sorry. But, just deal with me.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
if you read the thing there, the blue dash line is the new concrete. And the existing concrete is the red line. So it looks like he's gonna widen
He's gonna widen it,
the driveway.
widen it right
And then-
there, and then even come around this way and then go down the sidewalk, going
Yeah.
down around the side of this house.
Right.
Is that,
Okay.
gonna take all that out, concrete out, basically put concrete all through the whole front there?
The current concrete in red's gonna be all removed, and then it's gonna be replaced.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we're gonna put a drain, a 6-inch drain all the way down to the lake.
Good.
To divert the water that comes down.
Is there a culvert?
That way it doesn't get my neighbor's yard.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Is there a culvert in front of your driveway?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you can continue that down, I think the minimum is 12. You can go the minimum, but you might wanna try a 14 or something culvert. I know it's more expensive, but you're only forced to do 12 inches. But if you're gonna do a lot, then I don't know how bad the water comes down off that hill there, so it might just,
Go around this way and in this, if we're looking at. And here's the application for it all, and but basically this is what we're talking about,
Yeah.
right there. And
those guys could be all driveway there up to his footing inside around the, I guess it's a portico that you have, it's probably up a foot or so there, that little,
Yeah, this
Porch
blue
area.
dotted line would be the new concrete.
and right there at the front door there's, is it like a foot up?
We're taking the porch out too.
Okay, is it gonna be leveled? Not that it matters,
We're
okay,
gonna
yeah.
take it out, and then what we're gonna do is put stamped concrete.
That'll look good.
right
And then
there.
that's a sidewalk going to the back.
Correct. The only now that I'm gonna have to come back for is where the mailbox is. I'm thinking about having them pour like a pedestal, flatten it out, and then I've got those big Iowa rock, and I can mailbox out of that Iowa rock. And I will approach back to you before he does this. The issue I have is there's an electrical box, one of the green plastic helmet things in there. Just wanna make sure that I don't have any issues there.
Right on.
You just call the dig right people and they'll,
Anybody have any questions on this one?
I don't,
We like concrete. Love concrete.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay.
I'll second.
Favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, Mr. Martin, you've been approved.
I do have one question. We had the porch done last year, and we're doing this, and obviously, I don't have a problem ponying up money because of the roads. If I have from East Vista on the cul-de-sac side of my house re-asphalted, is the ACC willing to, whatever the cost is, help me with the cost and some paying?
How much is it gonna cost to do
I
that
don't know,
asphalt?
I gotta get a price price, but I mean,
It'll
if
probably be
it's,
more than what he's gonna pay for that
if it's-
sidewalk. For that driveway.
that pay the use of the road, I'm doing this where upper road is going down to my house, if I have a company come out, an asphalt company, and repave that, because the prior people living there, they did work, there's work, and it's just over the years, it's starting to disintegrate.
I don't know if the ACC should address that.
Yeah, we have
It would probably be real.
Road
Can I
is-
ask, how much asphalt do you think you would need? I mean,
I just,
where-
I'm gonna bid, I'll find out from a couple companies, I just, if it's $3,000-4,000 would be nice. I'm paying, the last one was 500, this is gonna be probably $1,500, be nice to know how money I paid for the roads.
Yeah, I don't know that we could, I don't. know
maybe
if
have
we
the road,
money.
have somebody
But
from
roads,
the
I think
roads
we could.
committee look at it. Maybe
Roads
the
has
road-
a budget, we don't have a budget.
Come on.
But yeah, they could look at it,
Yeah,
and
I'm
they
out
could, maybe the roads committee can bid it, if it's gonna be pretty inexpensive. Just my thought.
Okay, so that one's approved. How about, blooms that are here? Bloom or Blum? Bloom. Bloom. And they want a boathouse.
Wait, who's the inspector on?
Oh, I'm sorry. Who wants to be the inspector on this puppy? Mr. Martin.
Oh, I can take this, Mark.
Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Hey, Mike,
Yes, sir.
Dave, Kent is your inspector, Kent Jarvis is the inspector.
Oh. That's trouble, okay, so.
I'm sorry. Mr.
Yeah,
Blum.
we're sorry.
And they're looking for a boathouse.
Boathouse. 9469 East Vista. Is that an empty lot right now?
Yes, it is. It's currently vacant.
Do you have a seawall in already?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So if the seawall's in already and everything,
Let's just put the boathouse on top of the
yeah.
existing boat slip. Can you see the dimensions on it by chance?
24 by 35.
That's right.
Oh, there it is,
Covered
right in the
right
middle.
there, yeah, okay. So that's within our parameters.
30 by 40 is our current,
30 by 40, that's right, okay.
including the overhang, but that's the roof, so. I was confused by, oh, go ahead.
Okay, here, let's first take a look at this shed, which is 35 square feet, which is what,
It's okay.
which is what we have right there.
Are there any walls on this? Are there,
No, we're not proposing any of this.
none of the sides are?
Just 6 posts?
This, not that one, sorry. This thing?
Yeah, I just don't, I was wondering, it looks like there's a set of lines here and then a set of lines here. Do you know, I would.
Yeah, there's an 18-inch wide concrete cap on top of the seawall that's existing today. So we're gonna use that in place. There's an 18-inch wide concrete pad that they poured on top of the seawall when they did the seawall. We're gonna leave that in place and then just pour a new concrete patio up to it.
Okay.
Oh,
So if you zoom in on that double set of lines represents a existing.
This line right here is concrete that's in there right now?
No, I'm sorry, that line is, that's the more inner line is gonna be the edge of the concrete patio, and then the outer line is the edge of the roof overhang.
Oh, okay. I got
Is
you.
this yours?
I got it.
Yes,
that
it
makes
is.
sense. I thought,
Sorry.
I wasn't sure if that was
And-
one of the two options or something.
So the
And-
concrete is not gonna line
And,
up with.
and
the
you,
roof.
sir, had the same problem that I had with mine, that the concrete wasn't square.
The
So you
seawall
can
doesn't,
see he had the cantilever out
That's how, that's.
here, and he's cantilevering in
Yeah.
here
Mine-
to
mine-
get this thing squared up, you know?
Mine was the wall.
Mine- You've got it pretty good.
But that's
Mine
over
was
there,
3
so-
feet out of square.
This must be
It was
here, and that's how we were
Crazy,
putting-
and knows it.
Was it 15
You know,
by
but-
So
30?
you said about pouring a new patio
Yes, there's gonna be some concrete flat work done.
at the same time or
Yes.
sometime in the future?
No, with this permit.
Is
Okay,
that,
so this concrete's not here right now.
Correct. If you look at where it says concrete patio, to the right, there's an arrow that comes off the word concrete to the other side. There's
So
a
it
set,
goes up to that angle?
yeah, there's a set of double lines right there.
Oh, yes, right
There's an
here.
existing 18-inch wide concrete pad sitting there.
This is just a pad going around.
Correct.
Okay, and then you're going to pour, you work right in that area
Correct.
at the same time.
We're gonna go 4 feet on the north side to the top of it, and then probably 4 feet to the other side as well.
Okay.
So I have a little walkway around it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on the boathouse, what is the deposit really? Remember?
A boathouse is $2,000 and $1,000 back. Is that what it is? That's what we charge Willville. So we charge these people 3 times that amount. That's what you said earlier? Okay, all right.
are you
I'll
gonna,
make a motion to approve.
what about the concrete? I mean, it's on his
It's on his
It's on
plan,
his-
so
request in his plan. Are you gonna have a
Approve
separate
this.
deposit and for the concrete truck, given the wear and tear on the roads, et cetera? That's what we have been doing. We have historically, sometimes people have been combining projects and
Yeah.
only charging one deposit. We were giving more money back than we were tearing up the roads.
Yeah.
And we kind of, starting a year and a half ago or so, we said, okay, if you have 2 projects, even if you get them approved at the same time, you have to pay a deposit on each. It's only like $125, but it goes towards the,
You should
the
be,
roads.
you should have it.
I think you have to have both.
Well, on any structure, they're gonna have to have concrete for the piers.
So you're talking about a $2,000 deposit for the boathouse?
Boathouse.
And $250 for the concrete?
for the
And
concrete.
they get 125 back.
And they get
They get 1,000 back.
1,000.
They get 1,125
Boathouse,
back.
yeah, they get 1125 back.
Okay. You got that?
Understood.
Okay.
It's mostly because of the roads, the concrete's just
Oh,
tearing up
we're
the
in
road,
agreement.
but
That's not.
it's actually pittance compared to what we need.
Yeah, so
I'm just curious.
No, I just think, I mean, we can't go back and forth charging people for, oh, let's just combine these and not charge them. And then the next person we do charge them, because it's all
Tim, I
about the
don't
wear
know
and tear
what
on the
you're,
roads.
are you looking for
And
the
the concrete
post?
truck is gonna.
That's what I wanted to see how he was anchoring the post.
Concrete.
So you were looking
Or
You
this
can
like
anchor them
pier
with
down
metal, or
here.
is it gonna be concrete?
So that's what they've got.
One post is gonna be on a concrete pier. The other posts are just gonna use the metal brackets bolted on top of
Okay.
On top
concrete
of the
seat.
pad.
And anchored down, drilled in?
Yes.
Yes. 5 will be on top of the concrete seawall, 1 will be a concrete pier.
And of course, you have to get a permit from Jefferson County.
And I have started that process.
Okay,
I'm working, they're kind of slow.
okay, all right.
Mike, did you motion to
I
approve?
made a motion to approve.
Did you second it?
I'll second it, I'm sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, you've been given the.
Thank you.
Do we need an inspector?
And where are you at on, if that's on East Vista?
It's right there at Easy Street. I mean, how far is that for you?
Oh, not, I can do that one
I mean,
as well.
I wouldn't mind doing
Are you
it.
at the bottom of Easy Street where it runs into Vista?
Pretty much, yeah. We're
Or
like,
at the mailbox with the fish or the golf ball, are you,
No, he's
we're-
on East Vista.
oh, you're on, down on the water.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I know which one you are.
He's a little over from, that's just the
Yeah,
nearest,
yeah,
but it's
yeah,
really close,
yeah.
so it's not
Okay.
far from me.
Yeah.
Are you guys new to Raintree?
we bought the lot 18 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
welcome
18
aboard.
months
Welcome.
ago.
Yeah.
Hope you like it.
We love it.
Good.
That's good,
Inspector.
So is
I will take it,
I can't.
is
I
there
will take it.
siding on it? I mean,
Oh.
he's gonna submit a drawing so we can see.
Oh, there's no wall.
But what
Well, you
about?
don't have a
gateway?
siding for the,
It's gonna be, it's not gonna be open all the way up, is it?
Just where the closet is the only place that it's gonna be sided.
the siding should try to match your house.
Be a gateway
gonna do a
with
cedar
probably
shake.
something
Oh,
across
here you
it.
go.
Oh, it's just gonna be
Something like-
cedar?
Something similar.
A vinyl siding and a cedar shake style.
Okay.
So there's no house? right?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
just was wondering,
Good call.
That's right, there's no house, I'm sorry, there you go.
but I wanted to.
Want us to keep this as,
Was using it on the
We're gonna make
Kenny,
it
do you wanna
match his
keep
house
this
to
as
the
an
boathouse,
exhibit?
don't we?
Yeah. No, give it back.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's gonna be something.
It's
event
okay, it's
style.
not necessary.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm sorry, what's your names?
Jeff and Jamie Bloom.
Jeff and Jamie.
Yes.
He's a fun neighbor, he lives close to you.
Okay.
You'll hear him a lot.
Yeah, I'm that guy. I don't know. I'm a loud talker.
Sorry.
Just kidding.
No, it's, yeah, no.
Everybody
You guys are
loves
welcome
it.
to stay.
Everybody loves me though.
Okay.
We appreciate you coming because we always have questions. It was
Yes.
wonderful you were here. We didn't have to tell you to come back next month.
No problem.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
Where about you live that you're coming in down?
House Springs.
Oh,
Okay, it wasn't too bad.
neighbors.
Yeah, we're not far.
Well, thank you for coming.
Okay.
We'll look forward to your house too.
Yeah, how long's that in the future? Any game plans? Hey, I bought mine in 91 and didn't build till 13, so you're under no pressure. What's that?
It'll be a few years.
Yeah.
We gotta wait till our kid gets out of school.
List is Mr. Bob Bowden.
Cross this one out and we come here. And
He's requesting
Gravel
gravel
plans.
placed on the right side of the house for boat parking. Did I read that right?
yes.
That's the right side of the house.
Okay, so this is on Column Drive.
Yes, 9978 column.
Okay.
No, he's got two lots.
He owns both lots, so it doesn't really,
Yeah,
but he
so-
could put the gravel right up to the property line anyway, so.
Um,
Does he say what size? I mean, he doesn't really give any dimensions, does he?
of the gravel.
I mean, it's gravel, so I don't know that we have to know the dimensions. It's gonna be big enough to put his pontoon boat on. In fact, he parks his pontoon boat there now, he just wants
Bring
to.
in hand and spraying myself with all.
Does need to be up next to the house, though, is that
It's
right?
supposed to be
Supposed to be,
as close to the
Has to be as
dwelling
close
as
to-
possible.
yeah.
So that's as close as it can get. I think I've gone through all the pictures.
It's just gonna be gravel.
It's gonna be gravel.
That's what he
He
says.
says adding gravel to the side of the house, no real construction, no digging required, just bringing in by hand and spraying it myself.
I mean, I'm okay with it, I can't think of a reason to
I
say
don't
no.
think we can, I don't think we can deny it.
No,
No.
and it's keeping this stuff off the grass, so what are we, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
So,
Okay.
Now,
yeah,
I would, okay, here's another thing. I would consider this a large truck project. He says, I'm gonna bring it in and spread it myself. So, I mean, if we set the precedence that, well, if somebody's gonna do the work themselves and we don't charge them a deposit, guess what? We're gonna have.
oh no, we have to charge them a deposit.
No, don't we have a cost for driveways and secondary driveway? I thought we had and it's
No,
$250.
It's just
Well,
large,
use
it's
concrete
just
or
large
rock,
truck.
I think it needs to be.
We have a large
Large
truck.
truck projects, for
project
concrete or
is-
gravel, it's $250 deposit.
That's it, they get 125 back.
And 125 back. Yeah,
That's fair
what
enough.
that's what my neighbor had to pay. when
I'm just
we
saying,
had
if he
the
says,
asphalt
look,
on it.
I'm doing this all myself.
And he's
Yeah.
gonna be putting how many tons of rock in the back of his
Exactly,
truck, how
and
many
driving
times?
his truck back and forth.
So,
Okay,
they ain't hurting nothing, I mean,
I agree, I just hope, I
Ours-
just wanna make sure we're
it
all on
ain't
the same.
shit for what our roads need.
Okay, that's all the new business that we have, as far as I can tell. I don't see anything else on the agenda.
Who's the inspector for Bowden?
The gravel.
Oh, where's he at?
He's
right
on
here.
College Drive.
It's the first house right here.
Oh, on Column Drive. Hmm.
Anybody go up and down
Oh,
College?
wait a minute, we have to approve it too, don't we?
I mean,
Oh,
I'll make a motion to approve it.
And I'll second that, yeah.
Are we gonna ask you for any dimensions just for that project, at least to clarify how far it's going?
I think it's gravel, I mean, if,
I I mean,
If
we,
it's not,
whoever
we're
the
not gonna
inspector is, you
measure
could
it,
just ask
you
him,
gotta break it up.
but if he wants to put more than he said, I don't know what you can really do about it.
Yeah, I just wondered, I mean, he could
That'd be
go
good.
pour out into that second lot and he could gravel the whole thing. I just was curious what, you know, it is on the main drag coming into the project, into the, our
If he would
main
ex-
tree, it's
if he would
high
extend-
visibility.
If he would extend beyond what he's showing us here, then we're gonna have to address that.
Okay,
Well, so maybe, I was asking earlier about dimensions, just to, I think
Yeah,
it'd
whoever
be,
the inspector is, they can just say, what are your dimensions, and they just take that note.
we can still approve.
I'm not
We
as
just,
skilled as you guys are, but I live just
Pending
another next
dimensions.
line, I could do it.
That's,
You wanna be the
that's good
inspector on
too.
that?
Yeah, I can do my
Yeah, let
first
him do
one
the
little one like
inspecting.
that if you want.
You want to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, like
I don't
you
have
said.
your guys' expertise, but I'll jump in somewhere.
There you go.
Motion to approve?
you know what gravel looks like when you.
I
see
think I
it.
made a
You see
motion and he
gravel, you
seconded
know
it.
Okay.
Is that right, Ken?
You can read it.
I second it.
And then, so yeah, we can just approve.
All in favor?
I mean, we're not actually gonna go out and measure, I've never measured a concrete patio or a driveway, I just look at the plans and
Yeah.
say, yeah, that
Any
looks like
days?
good.
No names.
Okay.
He's gonna be the inspector.
Tim,
We
Can you write
usually
that
ask
in
people though, don't we, when they're pouring concrete, what's the dimensions and those
Oh,
type
yeah.
of things, so
We
that's
gotta-
why I was just thinking it's nice just to get clarified.
I would say normally they do write the dimensions
Yeah.
on there,
Yeah.
you kind of tell by the house
Yeah.
what they're doing.
probably 10 or 15 feet wide.
Well, if he says 12 feet and it's 15, I mean, you know, but if it's like 23 or something, but I'm charging $250 no matter what. I mean, it
Yeah,
doesn't
but,
go up,
I mean,
does it?
remember Capro here, like, second driveway, and basically gravelled his entire yard.
Oh, yeah, no, but there are.
There's
Yeah,
several
with the
houses
gate.
in here that they have no grass and it's all gravel.
That's true.
Well,
And we even have one house that has, asshole turf on it.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
And then you
Who's
can
the
see it,
inspector,
it looks like strips.
Yeah.
who's the inspector on, the one right down here on East Vista and, is that Peachtree? No, yeah,
On the
Peachtree.
corner,
That might be me. Is that
Their
the new-
entire, they put their foundation in and then poured gravel into the parts that they're gonna fill, not the basement. And then they spread the rest of the gravel across the entire yard.
Yeah,
the screening's all over, I was gonna ask a question about that.
I saw that just the other day when I drove by it,
That's
and
common.
I'm like, but they got like a silt fence up,
Partial, that
Keeping
was
it
my
all back.
question.
Well, they've had to
They-
change, they've
they
had to
don't.
redo that silt fence a couple times.
oh,
And they said
That's already built too.
It looked like sand.
It's missing, that's what I was gonna mention, that I went and looked at it and backed up. The silt fence is there on the, going to the east, but where the corner wraps around, there's nothing. And if we get a rain, all those screenings and stuff's gonna come right across
Yep. He
that
was
road
good.
onto the.
That
frame house.
Yeah, and they really jacked that one up, it's way high, they probably got.
They wanna be able to
to fill.
They wanna be able to see the lake.
And
But,
Hardyville usually tries to take care of it, but
Matt Hardy's
he's already
pretty good.
knows.
If you call him, he'll usually get out there and
And
fix it.
I think maybe what it was when I was looking at it, there's some fresh markings from utility markings. So possibly one of the utility companies came in and put a line in or something, cause I can see fresh
And they were
marking on the
working
road.
it- they were
So they
working
might have taken it down, you know, from where it starts about halfway in his yard, wraps around the corner and goes up the hill, there's nothing there going up the.
So our requirement is that for a house to be written off on inspection, the yard has to be seeded or sodded, seeded and strawed and then, or sodded. And I mean,
He's got a lot of fill dirt to bring in.
Matt Hardy's certainly aware of that, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
Yeah.
well,
Whoever's the inspector for
That's
that.
me.
Yeah,
That's Dave.
maybe call them and just tell them, hey, what's the deal with all this gravel? I think it may be a Peachtree address.
it is a Peachtree
is it
address.
Peachtree? I don't see it on here.
Yeah.
Am I missing it? 42 East Vista,
Okay,
but
maybe
that's
it's-
on the lake. And that's,
No, 42.
that's wrong.
An even number on East Vista would be across the road.
Well, here it says.
Even numbers are on the lake on the West Vista. Odd
Let me
numbers.
look here again, maybe I misread it here. Hold on a second. 9842 East Vista,
Right.
and that's what I
That would
did.
be, that would
That's
be
Mary
across.
Bowling's house.
Who?
That's Mary Bowling's house, that address.
Yeah, we're.
90.
Mary Bowling, she lives
That's,
on West.
that's on West Vista.
Well,
Mary
I
Bowling
put
lives on
East
West
Vista
Vista.
on here.
Are we on East Vista?
No, this is the guy, remember, he's the guy that was a veteran, he said, and he came in and they,
Is it 9842 East Vista, Dave? Matt Hardy's?
Yeah.
owner?
But when I look on the map
Is
here,
it Howell is the owner?
Hal, that's him.
Howell?
It's Hollis.
but what I'm saying is, I'm looking at it here, and I know which one is by Peachtree, I'm sure where it's at, but that address, 9842, I think is correct. Because when I go to 9842, I'm getting
East Vista.
to East Vista. I'm getting it right here. 9842, Mary Jane Bowling, and that's.
She lives on West Vista.
Well, it keeps going to
She
West
lives
Vista.
right down the
so
road
it's
from
no-
me.
I don't know how the hell you get to it then. It does not take me to 9842 East Vista.
I think it's 98. Yeah, it says 9842 on my phone.
But when I go to.
But I'll bet you it's
It keeps taking me
Peachtree.
to West Vista.
I can tell you in just a second.
I can tell you that's what it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's not a house there,
Road that
so
goes up
maybe it
the hill.
doesn't have the address listed a lot.
This is that lady, her name is Diet. She and her husband came,
She says,
It comes with 9842 on my.
I'm gonna have to find it manually here. 'cause
it's section
the
10,
address
lot
takes me to West
39,
Vista.
hey, Dave,
Is that on your maps?
section
Yeah,
10,
that's
lot
on Google
39A.
Oh,
Cause here's hole 5. You're going the wrong way here, bud. It's coming this way. That's terrible. Coming, it's this one.
Well, it's definitely at the Peachtree, intersection.
And it's this
Yeah, but the
rock
address
right
is
there.
East
That's
Vista.
it.
This is it, Howell.
Yeah, Howell, that's the one.
What about all this gravel in the yard, because it's required to be sodded or seeded in straw to be signed off on it?
I will go by there and check that out again.
Okay.
Cause I did call him about the silt fence the first time after I talked to the neighbor across the street, and he got right out there. In fact, I went by there the next day and something had happened, it was all down, and I called him up, because I know what you're calling. And he already had somebody out there fixing it. Just
So-
like, oh,
Getting back to the spreadsheets, I mean, it probably would be easier to get one printed up right before the meeting. It'll be more accurate, it just won't be the things we
We talked
approve
about
that day, but you
Correct.
could, I mean, we've had as many as 10 projects in the
Oh,
past, but now we're only getting to, this time of year, we only get 2 or 3. I mean, that would probably work better, it would be easier, and it would be more accurate, because all of these sign-offs that people get
Miscellaneous.
will be off the list right before the
Right
meeting.
before the meeting, yeah.
We'll just make sure, you know, I always used to meet with Mindy every Thursday and say, okay, let's get the spreadsheet up to date. And she got pretty good about doing it before I even got there.
That's your that's
Well,
a
if I give her the
house
right
that's
information
what-
ahead of
and
time.
you're the
Well,
house guy.
That would help
I don't
too.
know why I put on this.
oh, that's miscellaneous.
Yes, this is miscellaneous, but it was a brick wall that they were putting in
Okay.
conjunction with their house.
Oh.
And somehow I got down as the inspector, and I should be the inspector on that, you should be the inspector on that one, because
Which one you talking about?
Waterford.
on Waterford,
This is your house?
this Daniel Trust, it's on Waterford, and Dave's, and it's under miscellaneous, and it's a retaining walls.
Okay,
So, that's one of those deals where,
but Dave's,
well, he's the inspector for the house, and all of a sudden I said, how did I get,
Oh, yeah.
what am I doing going all the way over here to Waterford? And I got over there and there was a big house, and I thought, okay, so then I went back and I looked, and Dave, you're the inspector for the house.
And that's Will Bill, did that to Will?
yes, yes it is.
Yeah,
We can
so
change
I don't know why I got put on the inspector sheet for the retaining wall for the
Well,
house.
I'll tell you what, on
that's yours.
12/12, I was the inspector.
Of what? Oh, okay,
So
well
the
then,
sheets need to be
On
cut.
the house or the,
or the retaining
I'm just
wall.
saying, this is what it says here, that's on the, well, it's a road cut, but it's got me as the inspector.
Yeah, yours should be on all of them, it's the inspection.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure that if I was the inspector on the house, I would have took that inspection.
Yes, and somehow my name got put on that one, and I just wanted to make sure that
Let me see.
that we were-
Wood.
Yeah, you're on the road. Okay, we'll get that corrected.
okay.
Let me look what we wrote in Mantica, we may have given her the wrong information.
So, that's not a problem.
So I have, one thing that can I,
Go ahead.
okay.
Just one thing.
So this is, one of my projects that I have, this is, Hayes, and they're on. Okay.
I should have.
And they've got siding going up now, you know, everything's going fine. They approached me and they said that they want to, in the springtime, put a shed up in the back of their house to put for their golf cart or their boat trailer or whatever, you know, and I told him, I said, okay, you know, he says, well, they say it's behind the house, and I don't know where, well, it's a corner lot. So he says, well, am I gonna be putting, you know, because this is behind the house, you know, and this is behind the house, and this is behind, you know, so he says, can you tell me where they might say that I can? And I said, that's a good question.
Is it Sun
Well-
Ridge or Sun Trail? Which one is he?
It's got Blue Ridge Trail written down on this one.
So when we've looked in the past about the setback lines,
Mm-hmm,
we've said that the two, if it's on a corner,
mm-hmm,
that the two on the front have to go by the 30 foot, and
correct.
the ones in the back can go to 10 feet. Further, on the book, it says that, I think the verbiage is, things are put back there like chicken coops and whatnot, can't be, should be out of the line of sight of neighbors and passersby. I'm sure that's how it's written in the book.
Yes, well,
Neighbors and passersby.
but if you're, where are you gonna put it then? It's gotta be out of passerbys, because people running down East Vista are gonna be able to see it, and people going down Blue
Well,
Ridge are gonna be
the
able
main
to see it.
traffic flow is East Vista,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
in my opinion,
Blue Ridge has only got
That
one
should be
house
the-
on it.
Yes, right now, and it goes gravel right after that.
I mean, if he puts it anywhere back here, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, so that's the area, that's the area that you would prefer to go at, in that
Yeah, I would
area,
think so.
correct?
I mean, the vast
That
majority of the
makes
traffic's gonna be here.
I agree, but they approached me and they wanted to know what I, you know, if I would talk to you guys about it, and I said, yeah, okay, I can talk to them about it. But, you know, like, this is their garage right here, and they come in, this is the door going in, and they got a nice little patio back there, but if I can tell them that they can put it back here by.
I think they can even put it where it says lot 193, or what, they can put it on the other side of the patio,
Just right here,
but it can't be past the
past the front
line
side
of the house.
Okay, all right.
Don't you guys think?
I will talk, they just wanted to get clarification before they even start to draw it up and try to figure out what was going on. And I said, okay, I go out.
The objective is just not to get it somewhere where everybody can see
Yeah,
what you're
okay.
by.
So that's,
It's not, it can't impair the view of neighbors
Yeah.
either, so.
that's the only thing so I can talk to them then about that, and I'll be good, okay.
Okay, we're gonna have a discussion with Mike Martin from the Rules Committee. Mike, you got,
Okay, give me just 1 second.
he's busy. Okay, one of my concerns, Mike, is when Mindy goes around and does inspections, or you and your committee goes around and do inspections, the detached driveways or, what do they call that?
Additional parking.
Additional parking, okay. And we've always allowed either any type of durable material for it, which would be concrete, asphalt, or gravel. Okay. Are any of your inspectors, or any of your inspections, write that stuff up as irregularities because they're parked on gravel?
When we write them up, we write that it's on an unimproved surface. And what I mean by that is, you can clearly tell that some somebody took a pickup truck and threw gravel there just to do a boat trail on there. The driveway's flat and there's a curvature and you can see dirt underneath it and they just throwing gravel down. So if it's not parked correctly on the driveway, the issue that we're running into is, I don't know if there's records kept and people that have actually grandfathered in and they have actual gravel on their property that they got approved.
We don't have it.
Not prior to CPM, not anything past after CPM.
We don't have anything as far as that's concerned.
Prior to CPM, we wouldn't have.
I mean, not splitting hairs, but some of these people, they're just taking rocks and throwing them in the middle of the yard.
And
When
have
they're putting their
people-
trailers and going, oh, yeah, I can play, I mean,
Not the
I
kind of
need a
thing,
little direction from you guys.
I kinda think what, just a note that I'd made, just that little gravel thing added. You know, other than just, hey, what's the size of it gonna be? Also, kinda, how thick of gravel you gonna put on there, you know, down, is somebody gonna skimp by and put an inch and weeds start coming up through it? Or is it gonna be a 4-inch gravel base where they somewhat compacted? I like that, you know, we're making ways for people to park their stuff, but it can also start looking pretty shabby.
Yep.
You know, gravel all around, and if it's not, you know, put in compacted right and kept up, even some kind of borders around it really is kind of nice, but I'm not suggesting anything, I just put down that I was gonna ask him, hey, how thick are you gonna put your rock base down? So it stays up good and stands up good.
And then they need to keep it,
ACC,
we
you
shoot
guys
stuff on ours.
talk about, you know, the bare minimums, what they have to have.
We don't have it in our records, anything in there about that.
Yeah, we've never done
We've
that.
never,
You know,
we've never done that.
It's odd that driveways have to be a durable paved surface, but additional driveways can be gravel. I wish that would have never happened, but there are so many,
But then when you look at the rules,
There
it
are so many-
doesn't say, it says the boat or trailer or vehicle has to park between the house and the roadway
Yeah.
on a driveway, not a secondary or gravel pit next to the driveway. So you're not splitting hairs, but it's technically not their driveway. Unless they get approval from you guys and they say,
Yeah.
yeah, they can park their vehicles there.
and I think the mindset all along has been, we'd much rather have them parking their boat on the side of the house than up on the road. You know,
But
parallel
they're
to
supposed
the
to
road.
get, make sure we know it.
The secondary parking areas are supposed to get approved from us.
I thought that it was just one of those deals that they could park, we just had that boat trailers need to be parked on an improved surface of some sort, was the way that it
One of the
was.
ladies that complained, she's got a
Yeah.
12-foot utility trailer. She just did a brand new driveway. She lives over just past Scott Clark's house. There's going around the corner there.
Mhm.
And she's got like a 14-foot trailer and they just put concrete there in front of her house next to the street. And she's got it jacked at an angle and she's griping saying, well, where am I supposed to park it? And we can't park it there. Then what can I
Not
park
there.
there? She's saying, I just put that in.
If you have visitors, you have a car can park there, I mean, if you have visitors or something, but when we approve secondary park, or when we approve parking on the road like that, it's certainly not for trailers and boats and,
No, not at all.
and such, campers, et cetera, it has never been, we've never said we've approved this so you can park your boat there or anything, it's always been, they apply for secondary parking, and we, either approve it or not, but it doesn't mean you can park a boat, trailer, or camper, or anything like that there.
There were 37 violations sent out. And out of the 37, I wrote 25 of them. And out of the 25 of them that I wrote, there's 4 that were fixed. Today, I go home and go around the lake, and the other 21 are still there. And I didn't do any further, because these people are having a conniption fit, and I wanna make sure that we all are on the same page. You know, do you give these people a little leeway, and we say, hey, we're discussing this now, and do like they do with people that pay traffic tickets, and they, the amnesty day, when they come up here and say, hey, I got gravel on the side of my house, I'd like to get, and we give them some time to do that.
Actually, Denny and I talked about this right when all this first came out, late November, December, we said, boy, we might have to schedule an extra meeting, you know, 2 weeks instead of a whole month away, because we're gonna be inundated with requests for gravel parking, and we didn't get one.
No,
We didn't get a
nothing.
single
Not
one.
one.
we thought we were gonna have that extra meeting, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'd still rather see their boat parked somewhere else besides their boat, trailer, camp, or whatever, not on the road. So if they say, look, can we have another month? We're okay with that, if they just go through the process.
I think we should probably look into having some verbiage where you're putting it down as, just like if you're gonna do a concrete paved area, there's a standard of what you're gonna put concrete down to make it viable, right? When you build a road, you build a driveway, you have standards, you put a rock base down, you compact, you pour concrete over it. We're just taking off the concrete, so in my thought is, you still should have a compacted fill, a granular fill, that's a sturdy roadway, right? Just without concrete, where when you're putting it down, hey, that gravel needs to be 4-inch granular fill compacted.
Tim, can you write that up for us?
That does not, that would not require a covenant or bylaw, that would not require a
no,
vote.
that was
That's
nice.
just, that's a rule change that
But
we
if
can
you don't
recommend
do
to
that,
the
then,
board.
then you've got an inch layer of something there, it's all over the place, but as if in the future, which is really not a bad thing on our part, because should those people get more money, what would be somebody's desire normally, right, is, hey, man, I got a little money, now I can upgrade my gravel, and I'll pour a slab over it, right? I
Right.
got a good base there, and it'll hold up, so I think that we probably together ought to say, hey, we're all for these gravel, we've made exceptions to get your boats off the road, put them next to the house, but we do have some parameters, we want a minimum of 4-inch granular fill in there, and that needs to be compacted in there, and we'll look at that road and make sure that, you know, hey, roll your vehicle over, make sure it's not rolling, pumping, and hey, you got a good parking spot.
What's the average construction cost for just a normal 20-foot by 10-foot?
If they're gonna go right over top of, right over top of ground, the grade, a lot of times for me, if I'm not removing anything, I'm gonna put myself a grid down, so my soil won't pump, so my gravel will stay in place, that's just me. But if I'm gonna cut it down, I'm gonna get rid of that topsoil, because that's usually got organics in it, right? That's got grass, organics, and things that decay, and that will give you a bad subbase.
Spaces,
Yeah, so, but I think probably say, hey, we need,
What I'm asking is, what do you think the ballpark is?
Like
What it would
square footage
cost.
for concrete.
20 by 10?
Gravel.
I'm not sure, I was in the process of doing a little work that we talked about.
20 by 10 is 200 square feet plus 4 inches. So it'd be about 600, divided by 27.
600 square feet?
Didn't we have a guy that just did one that,
So what I'm getting at is if it's in the neighborhood of $1,200, $1,500,
yeah, that's,
For the rock, yeah.
I'm sorry?
For the rock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is, Tim, when you first started talking, something registered with me. I think what we do is, I get what we write the letter that goes out to these people. Instead of giving them 30 days to apply with the ACC to correct the issue, and once they've applied with you, then you tell Mindy and we put her on hold, and they have 6 months if you want. That way these people have enough time. I think that would be better.
I think you're right.
I don't wanna jab people. Somebody made a comment not too long ago to me, and it probably holds true a little bit. There's a lot of people that aren't as well off as some of the other folks.
Right.
So what I wanna do is I wanna make sure that we're user-friendly, that we give people plenty of time, and we don't piss off the neighborhood.
Most of the people you're talking about though, just kind of poured the gravel without coming to ACC. Well,
they got
that's,
a truck
they've already done the
shoveling off
work.
their yard, and they put in, it's almost like, I'm on home base, don't touch backs, you can't get me. It's like, you can't do that shit.
Right, it's
Well-
gotta get permission.
12 by 20 times 4 inches thick is 2.9 cubic yards. The formula that I use is take that times 1.5, and that's 4.4 tons. So you'd be about 5 tons of rock, 4.5 tons of rock. So, I don't know what rock is, it used to be years ago, but it'd be delivered for $47 to $55.
So you figure 150?
But, so I don't know what it is now, but if you took 5 tons,
1950.
yeah, so it's not a lot of,
Rock's cheap, it's the
It's
most,
not gonna
the
break
most
the bank.
cost is having the
We're
truck
looking at
driver
$2,000
show up.
Yeah.
probably tops.
yeah.
It costs more to get it
Do you think-
delivered than
Do you think
buy it.
that's a better
Exactly.
fit
Yeah,
to,
yes.
Yep.
to get with the board board, get with you guys, and get with Mindy, change the verbiage on the letters
Yeah,
and
you
those types of things.
Absolutely.
We're okay with whatever the rules committee
Mike,
wants to do.
that really does sound like a better way to go.
Yeah, we're good with,
You know, well, go ahead.
no, we're good with.
Yeah, I mean, they can't fix it in 10 days because they have to come and apply to the ACC.
Right.
So I mean, it's just kind of common sense.
You can 30
To
days.
apply within
That's gonna
30
take 30
days.
days
Yeah.
right there.
None of the 30
But
days.
we only meet, yeah, once a
To
month.
apply within 30 days.
30 days to send an email and inquire, whatever you want.
Yeah, just
Did
to
you take
apply.
some action, and what your plan is gonna be?
Well, let me ask you this, Mike, you said the utility trailer. I was under I thought somebody told me that you're not allowed to park a utility trailer on your property.
I saw two of them today that I put up over a month ago.
Are you
Still
showing
better.
Are you allowed to park a utility trailer on your property?
Yeah,
In your
but I mean,
driveway?
on your driveway?
on your driveway.
I thought
think
you were.
so.
In a proper manner, yeah.
There's no rule about that.
There's no rules.
Trailer's a trailer, that's
Somebody
specified
told
in
me
the
that.
covenant.
I know you can't vote trailer,
It
but
says
somebody
trailers
told me
too, in the,
utility trailers are not.
No, you've got,
is that like a flatbed trailer? Is that the?
you get
Yeah,
people that have
yeah,
open
people-
rated
I have a
flatbed
landscape
trailers,
trailer I
you've got
park.
box trailers, you've got those utility trailers, the enclosed ones, built like a U-Haul. I mean, they've got every.
As long as it's on your driveway.
So you park any trailer anywhere,
As long as you park
as long as
it
it's in a
on,
As
gravel
long
or
as it falls
concrete.
within the
What
scope
did
of the covenant.
John wanted to say?
Okay, if I could make a suggestion, or maybe I'm not understanding, but so the gravel is good now, but couldn't we start to upgrade the standards so that you would put in there this is what we're doing now, but by 2030, the standard is going to be, it has to be a
You have to
durable
change your
concrete.
I would absolutely love to. Dave Bowden actually called me about this before he applied and said, hey, and I said, we haven't improved gravel in over a year. We haven't, it's everything, we like concrete or asphalt.
Yeah.
And he went and did a rule search and said, yeah, but, I can put gravel down and he's gonna, nobody wants to put
Right,
more
right, that's
into,
the rules now, that's what I'm saying.
nobody wants to put
In
more, yeah,
2030.
nobody wants to put more into concrete than they have in their building, you know what I mean? I can understand that. Like,
yeah,
my
but
boat
you know
cost
what,
me.
it's funny about that guy, and we talked earlier, is he's crying, and I'm saying crying in the email, because I was on the email, crying about how we put this out on the 19th of December. I put a stand message out the 15th of September,
Yeah.
telling people December 1st, we're gonna start looking at them. It snowed the first week, so they got 8 weeks, and then he's still crying about it, so I don't feel bad for the guy. He could have done something 8 weeks prior to him getting that 10-day letter. So I think moving forward, if we give people
Well,
the latitude of 30 days to apply with ACC,
we're good with that.
Well, like
sorry, I
we
think
said,
you're
we were
missing my
I would
really
say
surprised
30 days.
that we
I
were
would say
getting.
30 days to take action, whether it's apply to ACC, have the project, whatever.
What you're talking about is we'd have to change a covenant.
I would think so.
You'd have to bring
Well,
it to
maybe,
the voters.
I mean,
correct?
is that a covenant?
Yeah, secondary parking has a
Okay, so you've got,
different,
you've got right now 4 years to change that, so you're gonna upgrade the look of Braintree by saying that, basically, if you're gonna park on it, it has to be concrete.
Well, we're gonna have a
And
covenant and
that's 5
bylaw
years away.
review. We're getting a covenant and bylaw review, and
Understood.
hopefully gonna get them rewritten, and we will get rid of a lot.
So right now, you're going with 3
there's-
inches of gravel, that's fine and everything. But even at that point, 2 years down the road, after you pulled in, pulled out, you're gonna get that grass to
Right.
grow through. So then, at that point, it becomes an eyesite.
exactly right, an
So then you go
eyesore.
by eyesight and not by not having gravel.
Hey, we totally agree.
It can be an eyesore, and
We
at that
haven't
point, we
approved-
can,
This is the first gravel thing we've approved in a year and a half, probably. It's just been asphalt and concrete that people have been requesting. The only reason we haven't approved gravel is because nobody's requested
I
it.
got it.
Most
yeah.
people are saying, yeah, I'd like to have a hard
Gotcha.
surface, but,
And
if you have,
unfortunately, we have never kept records on approving additional parking areas. We don't have a history of it.
so if that's the case, when these people have to apply for 30 days, if they have a skim coat of rock with grass and weeds and stuff, and they get a boat on it, they still have to apply.
yes.
Yeah.
right.
They
But
can't
Tim-
just go on grandfather.
Tim's gonna write up some parameters
Yeah.
that are
And
gonna.
then I think what we do is take what Tim writes up, and we'll incorporate it with Mindy on the 10-day letter that or the compliance letter, will say they have 30 days to comply. And they either say, I'm not doing it, and then they get censured, or they say, okay, and then they apply with you guys. And it's probably gonna make you guys have another night a month just to approve.
So
But
in
then
the
we can
weird
keep
takes
But
us,
then we can keep records of who has